How's it going, everyone? So we're back at it. We're about to start working on the car again. So things that I want to get done today, I want to start gutting the interior and pretty much lead into clean out the engine bay. So the reason I want to work from back to front is once I get everything gutted, including the dash, and the dash is just sitting in there, I'm gonna basically pull all the extra harness through from the FRS engine and either tuck it under the dash or de-pin it. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do yet with it. I might just tuck it and then leave it there. It's not really a big deal for me, but that's pretty much it. So let's get started. All right, really quick, another thing I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna plug the battery in, and I'm gonna show you guys what still works on the car without the engine being there. So let's go with the lights. Lights still work. Actually, both of them still work. Blinker, blinker. I don't know if you guys can see this, but behind me, my brake lights are still working. Radio still works. And the fuel gauge still works, which is really important because I was kind of banking on that since I'm not gonna have a fuel cell and I won't be able to tell how much fuel is in there. So that's perfect. And the wipers still work, so if you guys live in the Pacific Northwest, won't have to worry about the rain either. One more quick thing, power steering doesn't work. I mentioned that in other videos. I've seen it not work in other people's videos, but it doesn't work. So don't bet on that working on its own, but as we get through gutting my car, I'll show you guys exactly how to do it if I get to it today. So with gutting the car, I already took the back seats out. It's super easy, so I'm sure you guys can figure out how to do it. I'm gonna time lapse most of it until I get to the dash area. That's where it gets kind of complicated, so I'll pretty much go through step by step on how to do that. And then hopefully if I can get the dash out, I'll show you guys how to get the power steering to work. So really fast, I'm just gonna show you guys something to watch out for when you're getting a car. And that would be airbags. So this all right here that runs all the way back behind the headliner. Sorry, it's kind of a bad view, but all that stuff, it's all an airbag. And make sure to unplug it and don't try to cut stuff. And yeah, don't just, I don't know, I'll just say treat it like a bomb because I wouldn't want it going off in my face. So I'm just going to kind of like carefully unplug it, make sure the battery's out of the car, or not out of the car, but like disconnected, like fully disconnected, and then go ahead. All right, so I decided I'm just going to cut the wires on the airbag and be stupid, but I don't have the battery. But I don't have the battery in the car or anything, so I think I'll be okay. Sorry, hold up. But, I mean, we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna do this from out of the car though. All right, we're good. If any of you've seen an airbag actually go off in real life, you'd be just as nervous as I am to just even like mess with them. Another thing I noticed, it's crazy how dirty this car is, like underneath the actual carpet and everything. So it's gonna be really nice to actually be able to like clean this up and make the interior, just like the nice white paint, look good, especially once I do the cage. All right, back to the time lapse. pretty much got to right now. I got the driver's side carpet off. Everything's pretty much still on the passenger side. It's crazy how like disgusting it is under the carpet. I'm super excited to actually like vacuum all this up. But so I'm probably gonna go ahead and come back and finish this tomorrow. But I took the speakers out, airbags that were up here, most of the headliner and some of the wiring. All right, so it's the next day. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the progress I made so far. So I pretty much I finished this side yesterday, and I pretty much did the same stuff on this side. There's still just wires everywhere. I'm not gonna worry about that yet. I'm gonna reorganize everything. I'll kind of show you guys how I do that once I get to it, but I'm gonna get onto the dash, and then I'll try to get to the power steering, and then once I get everything organized with that, I'll start cleaning up the wiring and actually like vacuuming all this dirt and crap out, so finally start to look nice. So the plan for the dash, from what I've seen from my friends, they pretty much take everything from like this line, the glove box. I'm not sure if I want to leave this stuff yet. I'm probably gonna take it out, and I might take this bottom piece out. I'm not sure yet. It depends what's behind it, but from what I've seen, they take all of it out, then they tuck it up behind like the actual dash. So that's gonna be the game plan for right now. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so getting the passenger airbag out is super tricky, as you can see. Well, first of all, it's only held on by 2 bolts, but if you can see these hooks right here, there's actually this like, I don't know if you can see it too well, but there's like this rubber piece that it sits in. Under the dash, you can see these slots. That's what it actually sits into. And it just, you have to like push it up and pry the rubber apart, and then it will like eventually come down, but it's kind of a pain in the ass, so that's how you do it. Also, a little change of plans. Now that I have the airbag out, because it's not gonna really be safe to have one, especially with the roll cage and harness, there's no use. What I'm actually probably gonna do is put all this back in, because I don't want to take the heater core out, because it's kind of nice to have heat. And I took the head unit out though, because I'm probably gonna put a switch panel there. So that's probably the only thing that's gonna be gone from the dash. Everything else though, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and plug back in and stick back on the car, and then we'll move to the driver's side and we'll get to where the power steering is. All right, so dash is back together. I think it looks pretty clean. I just gotta get rid of that like whatever that is, the like carpeting stuff, and it should be good. I still gotta kind of figure out what to do with this stuff. I don't even know what this is, but what I did do is this controls like the airbags and the seatbelt stuff and pretty much all the safety things, and I unplugged it and I got rid of the wiring from that. So there's like a lot of extra stuff along here and then on the other side that I was able to get out. But otherwise, this is pretty much what it's gonna look like, except I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna keep running the center console depending on where the shifter lines up when I put the CD09 in. But besides that, everything's gonna look like this, except there'll be like a little switch panel right here. All right, moving on. I'm gonna go under the driver's side dash, and I'm gonna try to figure out where that power steering module is. So looking at it from the outside, I have this under panel off. Basically, the way you're gonna find it is you're going to kind of look over here where these plugs are, and it's inside this little rubber thing. So you can see there's a white wire and a black wire. So all that we have to do is connect those, and then we should have constant power steering. One thing that I do want to play with is I want to see if it's actually on, even if to see if it's on the ignition relay and see if it's actually on while the car's off. Because if it is, I'm going to throw a switch in there, and if not, I'm probably just going to have it run off the relay, and as soon as you turn the car on, power steering's on. Make it easy. All right, here's another shot of it with the like plastic or the tape pulled back. So again, it's this black and white one right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut them, get them kind of like wound together after I strip it a little bit, and put the battery in, and we'll play with it and see what works. All right, so there you have it. I just have them kind of touching together like that. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw the battery in and turn it on and see what happens. All right, before I start, I'm just gonna lower the car on the ground so I can actually tell if it's on or not. And then we'll see if it works. All right, it's in. So let's see if this works. Ignition on. Oh, sorry, hold up a sec. Now I'm ready. Steering wheel on. And the car is on the ground. It's a little bit hard to tell. Let me undo it. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think I'm gonna have to, not these ones, but them coming out of the actual plug might need to be connected. Let me try this again and see if I can get it to work. All right, round two. I actually unplugged it just so it's a little bit easier to get to. So I think I just heard it click on. And all right, so it actually turned out you connect the ones that aren't coming from the plug. So disconnected, no power steering. Squeeze them together, just like that. It's power steering. All right, so that's how you get it to work. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna solder these together. I might put a little bit longer wire in there so it's easier. Well, maybe not on this one. I could probably just close that up, and then yeah, just make it nice and neat. All right, so another tip: always start out by putting your heat shrink on, because if you forget, you're gonna have to cut it open again. So it's kind of a waste of time. I'm just gonna cut a pretty small piece off here because I'm working with like really tiny wires and a really small area to solder. So go ahead and slip this over. I'm gonna go ahead and start. So what I'm doing is I actually cut the piece I'm gonna use in half. It's just, I'm working with so little space, I can't get it to get on without getting near the actual copper, because what happens is that if you start trying to solder this and the heat's so close to it, it's literally just gonna shrink the heat shrink, and then you're not gonna be able to move it anywhere. So I'm just gonna use two pieces and kind of get them over it and as best as I can, and then solder it together. All right, so before you start, you're gonna wanna kind of like, it's called tinning the tip. You're gonna wanna get a little bit of solder on there so it conducts a little bit better. All right, that should be good. And not the best solder at all, but oh, sorry. It should be good. It should work. I don't see why it's gonna come apart. I was a little thick on it because it's such a thin wire. It's really hard to like be precise, but I don't see anything going wrong with this. It was really hard to get the heat shrink to not shrink on the wire because it was just so close to everything. So I got over as much as I could. I wrapped this one up on this side, and then I did the same in here on the actual plug. But I'll just do one more demonstration to show you guys that this will work. All right, power on. Key's already in the ignition. So power steering's on. Out of the ignition, power steering's off. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it for today. I'm just gonna do a little overview of everything I did and what I have planned. But otherwise, that's it. So let's go through everything. All right, so gutted pretty much the whole interior. Super dirty, so planning on cleaning that up soon. I don't know if I'm gonna do that on video just because it's kind of boring. I might just like time lapse or something super quick. All these extra wires in here, I'm definitely gonna tuck a lot of it or get rid of some of it. I'm gonna put this panel back on. I'm just gonna kind of keep it looking like nice. Another thing is the door panels are coming off because I'm gonna get door cards. So that's why I kind of just left those on for now. Other than that, and the power steering, that's pretty much it. If you guys want to see kind of more detail in the car, this is what it looks like gutted. Just kind of pan through it. Here's the ceiling. It's kind of nice because it's just like bare metal. I've gutted another car before and it had a sunroof and it just kind of makes it look terrible once you pull everything out. But yeah, it looks good. Alright guys, so I hope my video helped. If you have any questions, message me on Instagram or just message me in the comments. If you learned something, leave a like in the video and don't forget to subscribe because more stuff is about to come. I'm gonna start ordering the engine mounts and everything like that so we can actually start mounting the LS up and then we'll work our way into the wiring into the engine bay. Alright, see you guys later.